actor Rajinikanth has been admitted to hospital over severe fluctuations in his blood pressure. The megastar had been self-isolating at his farmhouse in the outskirts of Chennai ahead of the announcement of his political party on the 31st of December. He called off the shoot for his film Annathe in Hyderabad after 4 members of the crew tested positive for coronavirus. According to a statement by the Apollo hospitals in Hyderabad, Rajinikanth had tested negative for COVID on Tuesday. Though he didn't have any symptoms of COVID-19, his blood pressure showed severe fluctuations and needed further evaluation, for which he'd been admitted into hospital. He will be investigated and monitored closely in the hospital till his blood pressure settles down before getting discharged. This according to the official statement that has been released by the hospital. However, what's also interesting is that a report that actually dates back to October. And Uma Sudhir joins us with the very latest. Uma, this very interesting report that dates back to October, talks about how doctors had advised Rajinikanth, in fact, about his health complications back in October. This is a leaked letter in which doctors have advised him to restrict movement, warning him about his weak immunity and his kidney condition. The question now, of course, that many are asking is that, is his health condition currently going to be an impediment to that announcement on the 31st of December?
Rishika, you're right. In the month of October, there was a leaked letter that suggested that Rajinikanth, in fact, should not take part in kind of active campaigning, and that it could harm his health, given his health condition, given the fact that he has undergone a kidney transplant, and even otherwise his age and weakness would not allow him to have a traditional kind of a political campaign. That came amid speculation about whether or not Rajinikanth will in fact make that jump into politics, which has been on and off now for 25 years. But earlier this month, Rajinikanth made for the first time a very, very categorical statement saying that he is going to be making his announcement about a political party this month end, that is the New Year's Eve on the 31st of December, and that his political party details, name, etc. would be announced by mid-January. But given these developments, I mean, the last 10 days he has been shooting in Hyderabad, and Annathe film where 4 crew members tested positive, after which Rajinikanth in fact also was tested for COVID and he tested negative. Yes. And with this fluctuation in his blood pressure, he's been admitted to the hospital, where the doctors are saying that no other symptoms at all. As part of the protocol, they tested him for COVID and he's tested negative. But he will be resting fully, and no visitors need to come in as of now. As of yesterday, they had said the schedule is on, that he will make that announcement, possibly not a physical announcement, but possibly through the Twitter or some other social media.
Uma, let's also get a word from Dr. Sumant Raman, political analyst, joining us on the broadcast. How do you look at these developments, with an eye on the election next year?
No, I think it's way too premature to going by the bulletin issued by Apollo hospitals in Hyderabad. I think it's way too premature to really start speculating on whether this would impact his political plans. Look, there are multiple possibilities. I mean, a fluctuation in BP. We know that Mr. Rajinikanth has himself admitted that he is a post-renal transplant patient. Yes. And therefore, is at higher risk of COVID. Yes. Now, the first COVID test on December 22nd turned out to be negative, but since he has exhaustion, which is also one of the symptoms of COVID, there is a possibility that the hospital may want to test him again. Right. And also the fluctuation in the blood pressure, a cause should be found. And I'm sure the tests are being done at this point of time. By tomorrow, we will know a little more. So I think until we know the actual reasons why, he's had the present health concern, it's too early to sort of speculate on how
there was a letter dated October in which doctors have actually warned Rajinikanth of, his low immunity as a result of his renal complications, etc., advising him lesser exertion. Do you believe that his current health condition may act as an impediment to the December 31st announcement?
Look, I should hope not, because let's be very honest about it. He made a very categorical statement a couple of weeks ago. Yes. And in that, he actually said that the doctors warned him against it, but he said that whatever he was because of the public of the state. And, even in the worst case, if his life were to go in the service of the people of the state, he was prepared for it. So he has made such a drastic statement. And I honestly can't see him pulling back as a result of this particular episode. But we'll really have to wait and see.
Yes. You know, before we let you go, very last question. Many analysts also, you know, like yourselves, had said that perhaps December the 31st is already late with an eye on the upcoming election. It's a bit late to make an announcement. Do you believe that any further delay might make it untenable for the actor superstar to leave any imprint in the upcoming election?
Look, it depends on what the announcement is going to be. Contesting 234 seats on his own, that's a non-starter. I don't even think that such an announcement is likely to happen or feasible.
Yes.
But aligning with the right set of forces, I think that even January 15th or 20th may not be too late for that.
Okay.
But it really depends. What is the announcement going to be? If he is going to contest alone, I think that's a complete non-starter, even before this particular hospitalization incident.
All right. Well, whatever the announcement may be, there are so many Rajinikanth supporters and fans who are waiting with bated breath, wishing him, of course, the best of health and waiting with bated breath for that announcement. Thanks so much for joining us.